All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Vinny's Corner. I'm your host, Vinny. So we've got the regular crew here. We got my guy Showtime. We got Cove over there. It says Jade said New York sucks. We'll get into that later. We've got Caleb, and we've got a special guest as well today. My guy Andrew Anderson here in the middle. Andrew, you want to take a second to introduce yourself, and you can actually let them know about your podcast too, if you'd like.
My name's Andrew. I have a wife, some kids, the normal stuff there. Big South Carolina fan, Atlanta Hawks, Atlanta Braves, Atlanta Falcons, and oddly enough, Chicago Blackhawks. Because there was no Atlanta hockey team when I was growing up, so I had to choose a different one. But yeah, my show's Thursdays, 8:30, 9 o'clock, depending on how my life goes, because I just have a lot going on, man. And we do a lot of food, movies, music, and of course sports. It's good stuff. It's fun to be here.
Variety show.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that. Cool. All right. So listen, I wanted to make sure that everybody was kind of just introduced first. We were talking a little bit about this off camera, and we thought it was important to just kind of mention, just take a minute, just to, I guess, share our sympathies and condolences to the Bush family, from our show. Obviously, great tragedy last week. Gentlemen really only our age, some of our age, passing away from something that seems so controllable. It just makes you kind of put things into perspective. So, we just want to take a moment to remember that.
And just to add to that, there, Vinny, it was a heartbreaking moment because he passed and they already had his car sent. So like days later, his car was being lowered at Daytona, like the day of, and he wasn't there. So it was like very, very quiet in the pit row when his car arrived, because they didn't think it was going to arrive, but it already was. It already left.
It's kind of crazy, I didn't even know that, if I'm being honest. What I did know is that his wife and kids were also there at the race. So that's kind of crazy, actually. I didn't know too much about that. But just
they
an all-around
did
really
a full lap. They did a full lap where every vehicle wore his decal before they even raced.
Yeah, some of them also, some of the drivers specifically had their cars decked out. Like some of them changed their numbering to his numbering style.
That's what I said. Yeah, they changed to his decal and everything and whatnot just to honor him for the race.
Yeah, kind of a crazy situation, and unfortunate. So, condolences to the family, and just terrible. But now there's also been, obviously, in the last several days, a lot of positive things that have happened in sports.
I know you want to talk about them Knicks go to the finals. I know you've been waiting days for it.
Well, I mean, the Knicks swept the Cavs. Like, don't I deserve this one? Like, come on.
You deserve it. You deserve it. But today, I got to witness a New York fan who's already predicting a New York win and a New York sweep against no matter who it is in the finals. And they're like, dude, you haven't even played game one yet.
But listen, okay, I don't know. All right, maybe this is just like so for those that don't know, and most of you do, Cove is Canadian, right? Maybe this is a Canadian thing. But here in America, once our team gets to the finals, we get behind our team and say they're going to kick whoever's butt they're going to play, right?
Delusion kicks in. Yeah.
My team's in the finals. I don't care who we're playing. In my brain, we're going to win. That's how I have to think. I'm a fan. I should that. Here, that is totally normal, Cove. All right. I don't know.
But just because I'm Canadian, why would I pick New York of all the teams to be a hater for? Of all the teams, the New York Knicks.
I don't know. Maybe you guys want Niagara Falls back. I don't know.
If I lived in Ontario, maybe.
But no. But so, like, on a serious note, it kind of like here's actually what I wanted to ask you guys, right? And I'm sure you probably have some questions as per normal, right? But I wanted to open with this to you guys because this was the biggest thing to me in Game 4 of that series. It wasn't like the Knicks, yes, like they played great, whatever else, but like let's be honest, like the Cavs rolled over and played dead.
Oh
Like,
yeah, they were dead
they
all
didn't
series.
play at all.
What
And
play?
were home.
They took it up. They said, guys, what?
Man, you got a feeling early in that series that the Cavs didn't stand a chance.
Like, how do you quit on your home court? Like, I don't know, man. I just heard like that. Apparently, they're running it back with Coach Atkinson.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Rumor is that Harden is about to have like a longer-term guaranteed
Extension,
contract that he could potentially finish career with over there. Like, what is going on in Cleveland? Like, that is the biggest hot mess I've ever seen.
It's a mess.
I'm so confused. Like, I don't know. Did anyone else just not like? Does that just not seem like weird? Like this, the way this has just gone has been like strange to me. I don't know, man.
It's strange, but I've heard rumors that LeBron might go back to Cleveland, so that maybe they're hoping LeBron leaves LA and goes to Cleveland.
LeBron for Jarrett Allen has been in rumors for I don't know how long. It's been forever.
Yeah.
Yo, he was like,
He might stay in LA, Cole. He might stay in LA. He might stay with the Lakers. He might stay with the Lakers. There's no way he's going down there.
I don't. He's either staying with LA or going to Cleveland. There's no other. There's no other situation. There's no other option.
Nobody else. Nobody.
Right? Like, so now Cove, I guess like I'll just turn it over to you because I'm sure, like, especially with the way the OKC series has been going, that you might have some interesting questions. So why don't you hit us with your thoughts and we'll go from there.
The first couple do have to do with the Knicks series. It is over, so we can more talk about it. But are the Knicks officially the biggest surprise finals team of the decade after sweeping?
Decade.
Well, like so far, like in the 2020s so far, you mean like?
I mean because of how dominant they've had 3 40+ wins with this 11 game run.
Well, this is literally a historic playoff run at the moment.
That's why I'm asking. In the last decade, has anybody else been this good for a team in the playoffs?
I mean, it's hard to
say. It's because how good the Knicks have been playing. You can say because it's the competition they've been facing. Like,
that's why I said biggest surprise. Are they one of the biggest surprise in the last decade?
Well, and so, but right, like here's the problem: is that every year that argument seems to come up, though, right? No matter who's the champion, no matter who gets there, no matter who makes it to the finals, right? If OKC or the Spurs win, some idiot's going to turn around and go, well, you only beat the Knicks. The East isn't even that good. Right? But like when the Celtics got there, it was like, oh, well, this happened and that. And then, right, when Indiana got there, there's always a reason and there's always an excuse. They're here. Yeah. That's what's important, right? They made it. And
like on the flip side of Indiana, you could say OKC, they won. A lot of people say they only won because Halliburton got hurt. I think they won regardless.
I do too. I feel like the magic was wearing off. The only reason they made it, like, let's be totally clear. This is the same team that they played last year that's going to the finals right now. But this team was completely run down and dead by then, right? If this team was managed at that same level, I don't think that Indiana even makes it to the finals. That's the way it feels to me. Because
that series went to 7, right? That series went to 7 regardless, right?
If you put like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
ended 6.
It's amazing what a little bit of coaching, what it can do to a team.
So to add to it, Jalen Brunson entered superstar territory by bringing the Knicks to the finals for the first time since '99.
He's a superstar for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely a superstar. He was already a superstar.
Where would you rate Jalen Brunson now as a Nick? Now that he got to the
All
finals for the first time
time,
since 99.
he's definitely top 10. I would.
He's the
Would he be
greatest
top
Nick in
10?
my lifetime.
Really?
Yeah.
That includes Patrick Ewing, all those guys. Jalen Brunson's the best in my lifetime. I'm pretty sure he has more playoff wins than all those guys combined. Like,
Quick is good because they've had a good run the last couple of years.
you know, like it just like in my
I
lifetime.
mean, the longevity doesn't put him up there yet because he's not. He's like a
No.
newer Nick.
Yeah. Couple
But
like
his
5.
success
If he's got a
still-
5-year
yeah.
veteran kind of thing, you look at it
Yeah,
differently.
yeah. That's why it's hard to put him in all-time talks. But the success he's had, like pretty much immediately, is pretty awesome.
That's what I mean by like superstar territory.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
in with discussion of superstar.
Yeah, no, he definitely is. Yeah.
So you guys kind of start talking about it. Did Cleveland simply run out of gas, or were the Knicks just at another level this entire
The
series?
Knicks are on another level. They're on another
The
level.
Knicks are a good, better team. That's the plain and simple. They
The
are just on
Cavs.
another level than the Caps. The Knicks were the better
Yeah.
team, and they swept them.
I mean, you could see that with the Cavs struggling to beat Detroit. Like you saw the writing on the wall. Honestly.
Mhm.
I mean, Detroit was the 1 seed.
I mean,
But were they a true? Was
but
Detroit really a true
Yeah,
one seed,
Detroit
though?
wasn't a true 1 seed. Honestly,
Doesn't matter. They were the 1 seed. Cleveland played the good series, but after the Knicks won game 2,
Yeah.
they were done. After game
Yeah.
2, the stuffing was out. Cleveland completely gave up.
Yeah.
Like they saw they were outmatched, and they just.
I
said,
mean, as
okay,
when the Cavs choked game 1, that's when it was over. Like,
Yeah.
they don't take game 1, then this could be a different series. But once they lost that lost all the momentum.
100%. And you know what? I'll just say this, and not just happens to be that Andrew is also an Atlanta Hawks fan, but this is the reality: is those games that they took from the Knicks, that like forced the Knicks to go turn on the switch, like that was the moment. Those 2 losses are the moment that changed the entire playoffs for the Knicks.
Yeah.
You
So-
know, it's
Yes.
like, you know what I mean? From that point, it's been night and day.
so
Unstoppable force.
Vinny, remember on X, I put after the Knicks beat the Hawks, I said that the Knicks are playing the best basketball in the NBA, and people roasted me. Oh, Atlanta sucks; they barely beat them. But I'm watching these games, man. Yeah. So after Atlanta won the second game, I think they beat us by 40 a couple times. I mean, like it was over. It was obvious that the Knicks were the superior team playing the best basketball. But everybody, I mean, y'all roasted me, but look at it now. The Knicks have won 11 in a row, and they're going into the finals. I mean, they got just as much chance as anybody.
Specifically, right? The Knicks have been like, I think, and I think everyone would. You almost have to agree with this one. Like they've just been playing the best team basketball, like all around. It's not like it's one guy doing it. You know what I mean? Like they're just firing on all cylinders.
And this is kind of what's different from the Knicks team last year. Like last year, it wasn't really team ball. I feel like.
Yeah, very different. It was very this season. You know, we've gotten games from our bench. We've gotten games from our coach. We've gotten games from our stars, and like that's what
It's
you
way
need,
more
you know?
balanced. Yeah, way
Like-
more ways to win.
When Shamet going 12 for 13 in the Eastern Conference Finals from 3-point, like
It's wild.
people don't even know his name 12 months ago. You know what I mean? That guy was just a dagger for the Cleveland Cavs. So it's crazy.
And Andrew, since you're new to this, the biggest why I have that disdain on my face is because, and my girlfriend doesn't know yet, but I said if the Knicks win this championship, I'm gonna get the Knicks tattooed on me. So I'm like, fuck, they're 4 wins away from getting a new tattoo.
What?
You know?
Yeah, you have to. If the Knicks win, you got to tattoo the Knicks on me.
Okay, hopefully it's simple.
Yeah. So,
My wife said that I have to get something for her and my daughter first. I was like,
so you can't get the Knicks
put
tattoo
all you in one
Oh.
tattoo. Be you, the Knicks, everyone together.
Yeah, I know. To be fair, out of all my tattoos, and I'm pretty tattooed up. The one I haven't gotten is I need something for my daughter, so I gotta get that done too. So,
There you go.
um, so
Hold on, quick question before you throw any more basketball out, because you're the Canadian hockey boy. Are you?
Yeah.
And we got a Carolina guy on here. Are you watching this hockey game?
oh, I stopped watching. It's 3-0. It's over. Carolina's got
They
this in the
scored
bag.
3 goals in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but
Oh
you
my
guys all
God.
know. You guys already know. I put Carolina to win the championship, so it's going in my favor.
This was one of the best hockey playoffs. I'm just gonna say this, and then I'll back up. This is one of the best NHL playoffs I've seen in a long time, man. This is really good hockey we're seeing right now. And if Carolina and Vegas go into the finals, that's cinema, bro. That is cinema. I'm really rooting for that. But I don't really care for either team. I'm a Blackhawks fan, but that would be the best we could get.
With what is out there, yes.
Yeah.
listen,
Montreal is just a historic if they make it. That's all.
Montreal, like it would be a cool story. I don't feel like Montreal. I'll be honest. I feel like if Montreal makes it, they definitely lose.
They get swept to Vegas.
I think that the Canes can beat Vegas. So I don't know.
The only savage part that I do know, and I do know, like Andrew, I always throw out these like old stats too. But Montreal, if they lose this Eastern Conference Finals, this will be the first one they lost since like 1977. The last 3 or 4 times that they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, Montreal has always went and always won a Stanley Cup in the last 50 years.
They used to have when they used to make it that far, they had Patrick Waugh in goal. So it was a different time.
Yeah, though even in the 70s, the same way. Every time they made the Eastern Conference Finals, they always made the Stanley Cup and they won. They won like five in the 70s. 85 they won, 93 they won, and then they haven't since then. I don't count 2020 because that was the bubble, so that wasn't really a true Eastern Conference Final, even though they did win it. But yet again, they won that Eastern Conference Final. So Montreal for the last 50 years has always won the Eastern Conference Finals. So if they don't win this is a big choke, and it's huge to Montreal. Like it would be huge to the Yankees getting choked out early, which is bound to happen.
It doesn't matter either way.
Judge is getting his golf swinging now.
Cope, it doesn't matter either way. Vegas gonna win the Stanley Cup.
Vegas.
I just like the way that Vegas has been playing hockey this playoff.
Vegas is 100% the team that, if you thought a team to win it, would be Vegas. The way they're playing right now, they should win this outright. But Carolina is going to be a bunch of jerks for sure.
Dominated Colorado like that.
Yeah, Carolina is solid defensively, so they can stand up.
Dude, it's gonna be it feels like it's gonna be like automatic. Like it does feel to me like Carolina is gonna be the team to advance. Right now they're on their way to 3-1, so it's pretty obvious, right? But I guess the other part to it, like I do feel like it's gonna be a 7-game series. It doesn't feel like it's gonna be a quick Stanley Cup. If it's going to be Carolina and the Golden Knights.
Yeah, and they haven't played like this will be Carolina's longest series right now because they got to go 5. It's like they've played 13 games. If they get them 4-1, they've only played 13 games going into the finals. Montreal's already played 14 before they even met Carolina. So Montreal's already up in the 20s. Like
that's kind of crazy, bro.
Yeah, so they've already played a ton of hockey. So when we get to the finals, if Carolina and Vegas finish where they're supposed to be at 4-1 and 4-0, then we're gonna get an early Stanley Cup, and they're gonna be both well rested, and we're gonna get 6 or 7 because these teams are so well rested. Nobody's hurt. So we're gonna say, as Andrew said, some of the best hockey because we're gonna have everybody at top tier level. in the finals.
You know who's going to be well rested? The New York Knicks in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I know.
sir.
They're already
That's
starting.
fun.
They're
That's
already
fun.
starting
That's
up, going to get their golf memberships ready, anyways.
They're definitely gonna be well rested, Benny. I cannot wait to see them win.
Jalen Brunson is probably pimping out his golf cart right now.
And Josh
like
Hart probably doing some weird stuff.
that's
He's
like,
gonna
like
have to get the second best material for it, but
if you win a title in New York, you become like you're like immortal in New York City.
and the
If
fact
he
that they
does
got
it,
the Emirates Cup in the same year, the only team to do it too, if they do it.
if he wins it all as a Knick, like
Yeah.
New York has been waiting for the Knicks to win again for so long. Like that man will never have to pay for anything in New York City again.
Oh yeah, but like we were talking about it when we asked this question before. This now is a viable thing. You know, I'll add this question in there. If New York wins it all, they won the Emirates Cup and the championship in the same season. No team has done that.
Okay, so somebody said this on the radio I was listening to the other day. They said you don't hang an NBA Cup banner, but if they win the finals,
Yeah,
because they did it all in the same year, you
Same year.
retroactively should hang the NBA Cup and the finals banners together.
yeah, we've said that if a team wins both, that yeah, it's respected that it's considered a championship because it's in the same season.
That's that. So that'll be different. It'll be cool to see, man. I hope they get there. As a New York fan, I will probably cry like a child if they win the finals.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Yeah.
So I'll sum up the last of NBA to if the finals become Knicks versus Thunder, which storyline is bigger? New York's return to glory or OK's young dynasty potential?
Showtime, what do you think?
Dynasty potential. Nick, wait, who'd you say dynasty potential again?
For OKC.
OKC.
If it's the
I
Thunder.
wouldn't put them there yet.
They need 3, right? They need 3.
Yeah,
Okay, well-
yeah, they need at least 3 in this.
Look,
with this core.
I don't know if you guys saw this post that I put up today, but I'm gonna read this out loud because this is actual fact. If OKC was to win the finals this season, right, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would become one of 10 players ever with multiple MVPs and finals wins. The other 9 players,
because if they win it all, he's most likely going to win Finals MVP.
yeah.
For sure.
Now, the other 9 players who have ever done that are Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Tim Duncan, LeBron James, Wilt Chamberlain, and Steph Curry. That what does that make him? Like that puts him in the rarest of air.
He's gonna be in all-time guard talks.
That puts him in a whole different stratosphere if they win the finals. So,
I don't know. I'm not hating on the guy, but that's just kind of disgusting to me with the way he plays.
It's crazy,
I mean,
right? When you think of him, you don't think that he is on the talent level of the people I just named. When you think those are like people thrown out in GOAT conversations regularly, right? You don't look at SGA and watch him play basketball and you're like, that's the greatest player of all time.
Not at all.
That never comes out of anyone's mouth.
The talent is that good, but the way he foul baits is it's nasty. I hate it.
It's different.
If OKC wins 3 in a row and he wins 3 MVPs in a row,
Yeah, and Finals MVP on top of that.
in that conversation, but
Undeniable.
Yeah.
that would be a rare air.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and it's weird. Like I don't like watching him play basketball, but I respect it because I understand that this is the way the league moves.
Mm-hmm.
And his numbers speak for themselves. He is the most consistent man that I have seen play basketball in a very long time. Like there was a point where you just knew you could bet on LeBron to score a certain amount of points every night. That's
And he would
SGA.
do it. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you know he's going to score 20, really 25 plus every night, but you know he'll score 20 plus every single day. Like, and like that he's got something to him. I'd much rather watch those guys over on the Spurs play basketball.
So, since we're talking hockey, I'll move over to hockey for the questions on this one.
Let's do it.
So, are the Golden Knights officially becoming the NHL's newest playoff dynasty after sweeping Colorado and reaching another Stanley Cup final? As being their third in their first 9 years.
Here's what I will say. I only just found out, like I was 42 years old today when I found out that people all over the National Hockey League fandom fucking hate the Las Vegas Golden Knights organization and its fans. I had no idea.
Yeah, I had no
idea. Everyone hates them. Everyone, oh my God. This is
I'm like, is this just random Vegas hate, or like is this a built up thing? I'm like, huh?
Unbelievable. Like people
It's been there since day one, because if you look at expansions in the 2000s, you look at Minnesota, Columbus, their success rate, where their draft, who they got in their draft, even Seattle. It was just looked like Vegas was cherry picked. They got Marc-Andre Fleury as a number one pick. He was already a back-to-back Stanley Cup champion just prior to. So it was like no other expansion in the since like the 90s at least has ever gotten that well of an expansion draft. So a lot of people really hate on Vegas because they think the league just gave it to them. And they made the finals the first year.
Yeah.
And broke off every expansion record for a team of expansion to win that many games in that much time.
You know what's crazy? Look at the last 10 years, right? Between the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Florida Panthers, and the Golden Knights, the presence of expansion teams in and winning finals in the NHL, big. Where like the old school franchises like the Canadians have been struggling for years to break back through. All these expansion franchises are killing it.
Yeah, but you also look at that. I don't know how anybody, and I could ask Andrew how you feel about, is Colorado really considered an expansion, or are they really Quebec?
That's a good
You
question.
mean because they switched cities?
Yeah.
That's not really expansion when they switch cities. Not. I mean, that's like when the Flames went to Calgary. They weren't a new franchise. They just switched. So I mean, I don't really know, man. To be honest with you, they seem to be winning more than they're losing in hockey, and by a lot. And you don't see that in basketball or baseball really that much, with the exception of the Marlins that 1 year. So yeah, that's pretty rare, and very, very, very rare.
It's interesting. I didn't even think about that part of it. How poorly expansion teams tend to do in the other sports. Wow, you're right. That's interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah, because the expansion record for that when Vegas came in was like they had to beat Florida at like 15 wins in their first year to be considered a successful franchise, and they ended up winning 55 or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
So it was an astounding number for a franchise team to win in their first year and get a cup final in the first year.
How many games did they win this year?
Like 50, 55, yeah. So they were just on par. They've just been really well.
This season, their regular season record, I think they only won 39 games.
Yeah.
Like
we were talking about this now. They were barely a 500 team and made the playoffs.
Kind of crazily. And now they're just dominating. It's interesting to see.
So how disappointing is the playoff collapse for the Colorado Avalanche after finishing with the league's best record, but getting swept in the conference finals?
Wait, hold on. I'm dropping my Uno reverse. I'm gonna start bringing reverse cards. I'm turning that question back to you. You're the hockey guy. How disappointing was that, bro? Like the best team all year, they won the trophy. What a great season they had. You tell me.
I mean, you asked me to tell you, but who's been telling you Colorado was not winning the cup this year when they were 30-2? I
This
told
guy's
you
licking
Colorado
his
was going to choke.
chops.
I told you for
Guy's
months
licking his chops.
Colorado was going to choke out of this, and they did. They choked right out of it.
Andrew, he told us that they were gonna definitely make the playoffs in like the first week. He was like, "Oh, they're definitely gonna make the playoffs." Then, like halfway through the season, they were killing it, and he was like, "Don't worry, they're gonna choke, and they're playing too good now." He's like, "They're gonna choke in the playoffs." I've seen this before.
There's no way you could have seen this coming, right? A 4-game sweep. Come on, dude.
Bro,
No way
I
you
didn't
saw
know.
By
that
John
coming.
Torletto, the guy who actually did it against a number one team in 2019 against Tampa Bay. He did a 4-0
With the
sweep
Blue
with
Jackets.
Sergei Bobrovsky. You got to know your stats, and you know when they meet up against a team that can do it.
Yeah, it really the interim coach bump that we're seeing right now is historic. Just
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Torts knew how to shut him down, and he shut him down.
Dude,
And
Torts decision to start Hart. Sorry, what was that?
I said the Avalanche just got bullied, man. It was ugly.
I mean, the one game you thought that they would have won when they went up 3-0. Vegas scores 4 unanswered. Like, come on. I mean, 5. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Sometimes they got bullied, plain and simple.
It felt like
Like Showtime. I told you when you hit Colorado hard, when you hit them hard, it shuts them down, and then Makar was out. Makar was out, and then they fell apart.
like there was no part of me going into Game 4. The first thing I did the night of Game 4, I went straight into my betting app and I was like, Las Vegas Golden Knights. I was like, there's not even a chance the Avs are beating this team right now. Like, and to think like that after the season they just had is kind of wild. So I don't know.
And they're just riding the momentum.
So, because we're still talking about Vegas, though, and that, does Mitch Marner finally have a chance to silence every playoff narrative now that he's headed to the Cup final with Vegas?
Probably.
I would like to say technically he already has, because he has been an intricate part and a dominant part of this playoff run.
Exactly.
And they're now in the finals, and he's never made it past the second round with the Maple Leafs. So I think he's already done that. Put it like the Stanley Cup final will that's like the big cherry on top.
Yeah, I mean he's been the best player in this playoffs for sure, and his team is already in the cup. So.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Oh, you want?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah. So this could be a funny way to ask because we've already seen what happened with tonight's game. My question was, can Montreal bounce back tonight against Carolina, or is this playoff series becoming over? Is this
Montreal's
series
not
over?
winning tonight. Montreal is not winning.
Over. It's 3-0.
There you go. But is the series over? Like, can Montreal make this go 6 or 7?
Maybe 6, not 7. Not 7.
I'm gonna be honest. It feels like the series is over to me now. Like if they can't make tonight competitive, like if they get shut out,
exactly.
Tonight, like
that's bad mojo. Yeah, that's bad mojo.
So we'll see, but right now it's not looking good for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
They look lost. They look lost on the ice. I have the game up in the background this whole time, and they just do not look good. I don't know how else to say it.
Now, I know you guys won't know because you guys don't really follow juniors, but with the Memorial Cup fight between Jackson Vaughn and Andrew McNeil, like, is it good for hockey culture that they're fighting, or is the sports trying to move away from moments like this?
Are these like the two young stars?
Mm-hmm.
Memorial
Cup right now.
Good for the sport.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know.
The only reason why I ask is because in the QMJHL, they don't have fighting at all, so they're not allowed to fight at all. It's an instant kicked out of the game kind of thing. Instant game misconduct.
It's going to get to that. If you look like the NFL, they quit playing the Pro Bowl because of possible injuries. Like you can't have Connor Bedard out there throwing haymakers with a guy 6'5", 320 pounds, man. Like he's the future. So yeah, I think it's going to be stopped sooner rather than later. To be honest.
There's a lot of truth to that, and what you're actually seeing, right? Cove, I think you kind of brought it up because it's not just like in that one league. You see it on a lot of the younger and lower levels. They're starting to remove that aspect from leagues on the younger
Europe's
level.
removed it. The IOC has removed it. One league in Canada has removed it. So now it's come to the AHL, the WHL, the OHL, and the NHL to get rid of it. Like there's only 3 leagues left to not ban fighting.
They're the biggest ones and the most well known.
Yeah.
And the thing is they allow it to stay because of the entertainment value, which it just feels like again, with the numbers starting to go up in hockey, contracts starting to go up, people, $8 million was a huge contract. Now they're starting to go into those double-digit million, 10, 12, 15. They're getting up there. These teams are going to look to start protecting their assets, and they're going to get to the point where they just start to get that stuff removed. So it feels like we'll trend in that direction.
Agreed.
Now, here's the question that would throw Andrew off because this is where Vince is saying I got the interesting questions. With Evenji Malkin signing another contract in Pittsburgh, what does this say about loyalty in hockey compared to other sports today?
I mean, well, there is no loyalty in sports today.
There is none.
A
Nope.
perfect example of the
Definitely
bond
not loyalty at all.
You can go on and on. So for somebody like Sidney Crosby who spends his whole career with one, that's to be commended right there. That's that Kobe Bryant mentality right there. This is my team, win, lose, man. That's why I'm here. That it's rare, it's Mamba mentality, and I like it.
Yeah.
There's nothing else you can really say about that, right? The guy knows he's at the end of his line. The team's willing to give him that last contract so he can finish playing in their jersey.
Right.
What other route do you take? It would have been whack if he was like, you know what, and he went to try and get like a 2-year contract, some BS contract with another team. That would have been whack. So I like this move a lot, and you definitely don't see this in other sports anymore. Hockey's different though. Hockey has been different, and it always will be at some level.
That's why I always say it's a gentleman's game. When you understand the rules and loyalty in that sport, it's way different than any other sport. And I spent my whole life playing baseball. So
there's like a lot of unsaid code in hockey,
Like I love that fact that like if I throw down my gloves, you have to throw it down with me, or you're just shunned, basically, because it's a rule where you have to throw down if I throw down.
It's going to be interesting to see how that evolves with so many leagues having already gotten rid of it. Because
there is other rules. Like if you hit my captain, I get to hit your captain. Like there's gentleman rules when it comes to this.
Well, right, and that's why hockey's always had your traditional enforcer role in lineups, right? When you've got a star, when you've got a star in the lineup, you got to have an enforcer in the lineup. In the NBA, that's called Draymond Green. That's all.
Little kids doing
So we'll move over to baseball. And unbecoming of me, I have been starting with New York. I don't know why. For some reason, I'm always talking about New York. Yeah, it's because it's New York. I think I need to rewrite this without New York first every time. But are the New York Yankees becoming the scariest offense in baseball after smashing 6 home runs against KC?
No.
You know what? They're not the only offense this season. That's happened from a few offenses have had like retarded performances like that this year.
Yeah.
That was, and I'm a Yankees fan, so no. Let's not jump the gun. Let's not
And
do it.
let's just see who was pitching. Bailey Falter. He got DFA the next day. No.
I wonder
For
why.
now, for now, they are definitely the best offensive hitters on the MLB. But let's see till playoffs. See if they choke or not choke again. It's
Judge
always.
is not even having a great year for his standards.
Oh yeah,
He's
that's
really
not even
not.
having a good year.
Yeah, Judge never chokes. Never chokes.
Listen,
Up on
It's
his
early.
bat, maybe. But
but we're not in first place. So, like we're not the baddest anything. If we're not first in our division, we're not the baddest anything, right?
Yeah.
Period. Next thing.
I'll just say this: the Braves are the best team in baseball, best offense in baseball, best overall team in baseball. Period. Everything.
Correct.
Everything.
Most
Like, it's
consistent.
undeniable.
I just love
undeniable.
hearing that because it solidifies me by saying the Atlanta Braves are the most complete baseball team.
Yeah,
I
sure.
gotta
You're
ride
rubbing
that
it
all
in.
season.
Listen, if you've been watching, if you've been betting, if you've been paying any attention to baseball, if you play fantasy, they've been so extremely consistent across the board at hitting. Like guys are just getting when they're not hitting, they're still getting on base, right?
They're
like guys
still
are
pitching,
walking,
and
like,
they pitch. Yeah,
bro, they're tough outs across the board.
complete.
Like it's
Crazy thing, Matt Olson might be having an MVP season.
outrageous, outrageous season.
Crazy would that be for Matt Olson to win an MVP in Atlanta, putting Freddie's shadow to bed and winning a title? I'm here for it. I'm a Braves fan, so let's continue on.
Yeah. So Andrew, just as I'm laughing about this, was before spring training, I told everybody that Atlanta was the most complete team in baseball, and Showtime laughed at me. He's like, complete? Now look what's going on.
Because look, last year
It wasn't even hating. It wasn't.
Listen, last season I picked them to be the bounce back team to dethrone the Dodgers, and they went so left. So coming into this season, I was like, whatever, the Braves.
Yeah.
Seen this story before.
Exactly. I was like the same.
But yeah, how wrong were we?
But
Wow.
that was flawed, though. We knew the Braves were going to be good this year if they stayed healthy. The Braves were so injured last year. Like, it was all year long and everybody. So in the year, previous, they were just running the East. The Braves were going to be good if they could stay healthy. And I contend that now. A few injuries here or there, and, the Braves are going to tank. So got to keep that going.
You know what? But that's every team, right? None of these teams, not every team. The teams like the Dodgers are the only teams that are really that deep. But for the most part, a couple of injuries will derail any team these days.
Yeah.
But you know what's really been huge for the Braves that we didn't touch on at all? Pitching. Pitching has been tremendous for them, I feel like.
Yes, it has.
And like
Listen.
Bryce Elder coming out of nowhere to pitch like a Cy Young type pitcher is crazy.
Yeah, he's been, and obviously, what's his face?
Chris Sale.
Sale, yeah,
Just
Sale.
as
You
good
know,
as
like-
he is.
You're going to get a bunch of wins from that guy, right?
Yeah.
So Elder was just like a pleasant surprise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And when we were talking about it, and I put it in the chat there, we were talking about it last week on the show, and I was saying I said about the Angels. I was actually talking about Marcel Ozuna going to the Pirates. I told you that was going to be huge impact on the Braves when he moved from the Braves over to Pittsburgh. I figured that's where Atlanta needed to get him out of the clubhouse. And that was the biggest distraction of the Braves. It wasn't so much their injuries to me. I just believe that Marcel was the hindrance, like Bryce Harper in Washington.
Washington, yeah. And listen, for what it's worth, I'll tell you, the guy doesn't even bat 200 this season. He's definitely not been one of the bright spots in that offense. He plays DH when he plays. But he's not been a great DH by any means, especially and I'll be honest, and they've been.
It just
good.
gave Atlanta a free option of just not having him in that lineup because they didn't know what to do with him.
Yeah, listen, man, and they've been better without. subtraction or addition by subtraction. It works for
Yeah,
some,
he was just clogging up the DH and not hitting enough. And that's the thing.
Yeah. Like, listen, the Pirates are like a mid becoming good team.
Yeah.
And like they
He
need
just
a
works
better DH. They need a better DH than him. You know, he's the same thing he was in Atlanta, he now is in Pittsburgh.
No.
Unfortunately.
The Mariners are becoming the best team in the AL West.
Yeah, the Mariners took the West
Yeah,
today.
we took the lead. Now we
Yeah.
gotta keep that going. They definitely gotta keep that going. After we beat the A's, we definitely gotta keep it going.
Here's my question, right? I know they kicked ass today. They won 9-1 against the Athletics today.
They kicked ass all series.
Are the bats just coming alive for them? Like, are they just starting to blow it up again?
The thing with the Mariners is consistent play. Like they get one of two. They get good pitching or good hitting. They need both at the same time.
Well, because like, right, the reality is right. If I was just like look at this lineup, right? I mean, you've got Naylor, Arosarena, Crawford's good. You've got Raleigh. Like the front half of that lineup is filthy.
Yeah, and this is without Cal Raleigh doing anything yet, like at all.
That's what I'm
saying. He's on the IL right now.
So it's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, you got Rodriguez. How's Rodriguez been playing this season?
For his standards, he's doing pretty good for before the All-Star break, because he's usually a guy that peaks at the end of the year.
Okay, no doubt. Yeah, it's good to. I actually like. So it's kind of weird, but just like because of the era, like the age. So Andrew's around like the same age as us too, but like because of when we grew up, Ken Griffey Jr. was a superstar.
Yep.
So like I just enjoy watching. Like even though I'm an AL East Yankees fan, like I enjoy watching Mariners baseball and seeing them do good.
But but Ken Griffey was that player that brought everybody in to watch him.
Yeah. It was like Michael Jordan basketball. Like you just tuned in to watch a Mariners game. Like Ken Griffey might hit a home run tonight.
I love the story of telling that the reason why he turned his hat backwards was only because it was his dad's cap and it was too large. So that's where he became the iconic backwards hat Griffey came from.
You were breaking up quite a bit just now, but I think you were talking about him wearing a backwards hat quite a bit.
Yeah. It was his dad's hat was too large for his head, so he turned it backwards. Was what fit, and that's why he turned it backwards. It wasn't because he did it for style. He just did it because of comfort.
It's kind of crazy, right? Because that became so iconic.
Yeah, that's why I was laughing about it. It's the most iconic thing, just because of it was a bigger hat, and it wasn't. He didn't intentionally do it.
Listen, when you played like sandlot baseball, when you like played like a pickup baseball game, like kids would do that at the plate. Turn their hat backwards. That was a thing. It's kind of funny. Yep.
So is my mic breaking up?
Your mic is breaking up at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, just give me a second. I'll back in for a second.
Oh boy.
There you go. So like maybe like a week or two ago, we're in like the middle of the conversation, and they're just like, and I'm like talking away, and I'm being like my whole self, and they're like, I'm like, huh? I look and I realize my mic is off. I'm like, it wasn't even recording. Like I was like 2 minutes off. Nobody heard, but it happens, dude. Oh man, but so I don't know what I'm not exactly sure what happened to Cove. It's all good. We're kind of getting towards the end of the show, anywho.
Yeah.
So real quick, now we were just talking about like the AL West, the Mariners kind of picking things up. The Braves really getting it. Oh, here he is. New York sucks. Entered the studio. So Where'd he go? He disappeared again. So now the other side of things, like there have also been a couple of teams that have just been like, whoop, right?
Yeah.
Awful.
The Astros.
So like, and that's why
New
when
York
Coach
Mets.
said
New York
he
Mets.
wanted to talk about New York, I said which team? Because I thought the real conversation was the most expensive roster in baseball doing nothing. Like, what is going on in Queens, New York? They are so good.
They throw around money. We've been talking about this all year. They throw around money.
Like
They don't know how to freaking spend and build a roster.
Dude, Cole, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know if the mic still
Oh
messed up.
boy,
It's not.
it's still messed up a bit.
It's still a little messed up. You might just your battery might be dying.
Oh no, it's fully charged. For some reason, it just started getting a weird
Boy.
connection. I don't know what happened.
Now it's clear. I don't know. It bounces back and forth. But so
Yeah,
here was
it's I took it away from the computer, so maybe too close to the computer just caused a static frequency or something.
that's why
Yeah.
it was just okay. So when you're closer, it's better.
Yeah. So
Okay.
where I was gonna go with this one is who looks as a dangerous contender right now? Tampa Bay or Atlanta?
Wait, hold
Atlanta,
on. Before we go to
Atlanta.
So Tampa Bay, to me, is I'll be honest. Tampa Bay is still a big
They're
question mark.
fraudulent. They're fraudulent.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
exactly.
that right now.
They're not.
Yeah.
They have games where they just look awful.
Awful.
They looked awful
they
this
just-
week. They looked awful this week.
Yeah, exactly. They have games where they just look like. And listen, that's not for nothing. Like the Yankees have games where they look awful, but I know the Yankees well enough now to know, like they are legit contenders, right? So they can have bad games. The Rays are still on. They're still on fraud alert for sure. Braves.
One thing you want to see with the Braves is they play. I mean the Rays, I should say. Is they play really good at home, but they're not as good on the road. Like they're not.
That crap little park of theirs.
Yeah, I feel like there's some voodoo magic going on in that park. That's just all theory.
Braves are 20-9 on the road, and they're 17-10 at home. 20-9 on the road is fantastic.
It is. That's a sign of a good team.
Well, that like there's, at least in my estimation, the favorite to represent the National League like today should clearly be the Braves, right? Is that?
Yeah. I mean, they beat the Dodgers, so
The Braves are better than the Dodgers. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Braves
definitely.
are true.
Like right now, like don't get me wrong, like Shohei as a pitcher is having an individually motley season, no question. But like as a team right now, like the Dodgers right now do not look like back-to-back world champions.
Now you can say that until the playoffs, but they kind of just coast in the regular season. That's the thing.
Well, and that's the thing. That's the problem. Is like, is it just are they any worse, or are they just like coasting?
They're
as
coasting.
you just said.
I don't believe it until I see it in the playoffs. I don't.
It'll be interesting to see. It'll be a good series.
They're still in first place.
Yeah.
They've still got 36 wins or 37 wins or whatever. They're doing well. The Braves are just doing a little better.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not poo-pooing the Dodgers. They got the second, third best record in baseball. They're doing what they're meant to do, but the Braves just for some reason just winning every series that comes around.
So
they're the only team that
here's
haven't
what
been
it is.
swept in a series, right?
Yes.
They haven't been swept. Okay, that's the only team.
So they're winning every series. That's huge. But the other side of it is just that, like, because of what that lineup and that team is in LA, there's grown to be a certain expectation. So right now they're just kind of coasting along. They're winning games. They're losing it. Whatever. But they're still a first place team. They're still right on track for where they need to be. But because they're not doing anything like, if anyone was doing anything amazing, then people would be focused on it. Yeah. You hear people talk about Shohei's pitching, and that's it. Right?
Yep. Andy Paz is having a pretty good year. No one really talks about it.
He's having a great season.
Yeah.
That's
no one really talks about it.
because I'm a degenerate sports bettor, I spend like, I mean, I wouldn't say degenerate, but I bet off. In any case, what's important about that is that I take deep dives into player stats all the time, right? And like he's been so far above what his average is all season long. He's been wonderful for that.
Yeah.
But that's like, and that's
he's
who they are. Is like anybody on their team can just be awesome.
Yep.
I mean, he's one of the few homegrown guys that they have. Like a lot of these other guys have been free agent signings, trades, whatever. Like
Muncie's been
he's
pretty
a product
good
of their
too.
farm system. So
You know, I like at least from like a big hits perspective, I think Muncie's been good for them.
he's been their most consistent for sure.
Yeah. And you know, so a couple of years ago, okay, Showtime. I'm not gonna like get too into it, but I just remember a couple of years ago, in a conversation that you and I were both in with some other guys talking about the Dodgers lineup, right? Because they're all Dodgers fans, and somebody just talking about how they couldn't stand Max Muncy and they just needed to get off the team.
It's
And I
ridiculous.
fast forward,
It's
I'm like,
ridiculous.
imagine they got rid of this guy 2 years ago. Like, what are you crazy?
They were like, "Oh, we would trade this guy for like Nolan Arenado, etc." It's like, dude,
Yes, and I'm like, what are you talking? Like, he's been such a good piece, like in that specific lineup, like for so long now. It's crazy, actually.
he's a consistent home run threat. His defense isn't the best. He hits with runners on. It's the definition of a very very good third baseman. Like he's not up there in the best third baseman in the league talks, but he should. He really should.
Yeah. He's definitely underrated.
Yeah.
Now, before I ask this one, I'll ask Andrew. How I've been talking about baseball. We didn't talk many teams. And you have the obviously New York fan, you have the Maryland fan, and you have the City Owl fan. Can you guess what team you think my team is?
Oh.
Chicago.
Hey, shut up, Caleb.
Which Chicago?
Yes.
Cubs.
No, White Sox.
I suck. Yep.
So Paul Konerko, Frank Thomas, Big Hurt. Those I love those guys too.
No, but it shocks people. They're like, "You're a White Sox fan?" It's like Jesus. It's the biggest joke for the last few years, being a White Sox fan. But to turn it over to that way, how do you guys feel about the Cubs and their 10-game losing streak? Are they worried?
They're confusing.
They're the streakiest team in baseball.
I've been saying this for days, Vinny. I've been saying this for days.
So, 2 10-game winning streaks. Now we're on a 10-game losing streak.
They had a 15-game home winning streak.
Like what?
What?
Very streaky.
Yeah.
But they're good. Here's
They're
the
good.
problem with being streaky, is that the Central is getting good.
Yeah.
You know, all around it's getting good. So
Yeah, they were first in the division. Now they're at the bottom.
yeah, and that can happen quick, man. Damn, I'm pulling up the Central right now because I just want to look at everyone.
Yeah, they're at the
I want
bottom.
to see
They're
some
at
numbers.
the bottom.
So and I'll just say two big surprises from the Central for me. The Cardinals have been like not awesome, but they've been good.
Yeah.
And the Brewers,
They're doing Brewers. They're just doing the
Brewers are just being Brewers.
The Brewers are just being the Brewers.
They're being the Brewers. It's not the team. What I wanted to highlight that it seems like they made the right decision in trading Peralta and going with Miz as their ace.
Yes. Yep.
It
That just
looks
gave him
like they
a vote
hit
of
on him.
confidence. I think that gave Miz confidence more than anything. Like he knows he's their ace.
Yeah, 100%. And
He's a guy that builds off of confidence. He's cocky like that.
Yeah.
Yes, but
I think you have to be a pitcher.
Yes,
yeah, you do.
But this is where I was going to ask this one: like, which is the biggest surprise breakout player of 2026? And I was going to talk about Jacob Muskowski because that kid throws gas. Like
A lot.
He throws gas
unbelievable
and he
gas.
can control his stuff. He controls his
He's
stuff.
throwing
too.
103 into the 7th.
He's
Like, he's throwing
here's
deep.
what, it's not even just that he's throwing it late into the game. It's
Yeah.
that if you look at the number of times in his overall pitch count that he throws over 100, over like more than half his pitches he throws over 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Like,
I watched 10 pitches between 102 and 103, and I'm like,
Yes.
what the hell?
And he makes it look effortless, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
oh, yes.
But the biggest question is, how long can he maintain that speed?
I don't know. I mean, he's
kids.
young. And with here's the other thing is with like the management, with the way that they manage these guys now, 5 inning type of things, they give him a little runway, right? He's pitching
They
6-7 inning games. I
But
don't know.
they also do monitor him a bit. Like if anything flares up, they'll be careful with him.
like
Sports science does help a lot there because they
he's
know.
already got 100 Ks on the season, which is pretty nasty. You know, and his ERA is like a 1.8.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
But like I said, when this kid's like, you meet him in the first inning and you're just stretching and he's throwing 103, you're just like, dude, I gotta warm up. Like, there is just no way I could catch to a 103 pitch on a regular and with accuracy.
I mean,
you
if
know,
this
like-
guy wasn't like on any type of workload and like they would just let him go, I think he could throw a no hitter.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Like there's no reason he can't throw a no hitter.
there. Let me say this: there is no reason if they go to the playoffs this season, like I don't care if it's the first round or whatever. There's
That
no
he shouldn't be
reason we
starting
should
game
not
one.
see him do that.
Yeah.
Like if he's throwing lights out, like I got last playoffs, there was a game where Fried was just throwing nasty. He got through like 7 innings and then they just pulled him. Like
That
for
made
no
him-
reason, they just like pulled him, and the bullpen messed it up. Like
That's not how you manage in the playoffs.
it's the
that's
playoffs. Like if you don't let you save him all season, so in the playoffs, if he needs to pitch that whole game and he can pitch that whole game, you just let him run.
Yeah, if he runs into trouble, then you can warm up the bullpen. You don't take him out with no runners on. Like, hello.
I would love to see him pitch a full game this playoff though, for sure. So
Now, with the way
the regular season is managed, I don't see it happening because they're too careful with pitchers. But playoffs for sure, it could happen.
I was going to say, are the Pittsburgh Pirates finally turning a corner after dominating the Cubs 12-1?
Double Chandler needs to be better for them to turn a corner.
They're like, okay, so I think they have to be a little more consistent.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even like they're like say like from a batter's perspective, Lowe has been pretty consistent. Cruz is very streaky with his hitting. You know, with reaching base at all because he likes to swing at crap. He strikes out on bad pitches, you know, and he's supposed to be better than that. But like their starting rotation has been pretty good. Besides Skeens, like Ashcraft, Keller, you know, they're almost there. I feel
They're
like
almost there, yeah.
they got to get rid of Ozuna.
Yeah. Yeah, Bubba, like he was a pretty high ranked pitcher last year. He had a good end to the year. He just needs more consistency. Like right now, he can't find the strike zone. Throwing meatballs. It's like he needs to be what they expect him to be. And
like you got to be consistent now that they have the ABS. Your strike zone's got to be more official.
Exactly. I feel like that's affecting him. That's something that's affecting him for sure. He's like trying to be more, trying to nibble around the strike zone. You can't do that, dude. You can't.
So the final one I have for MLB is, and I'll word it this way: over the next 40 games, which would probably put us in the All-Star break, which team that you see that's not doing well, that's going to start turning it around by All-Star break in the next 40 games?
The Jays
You
are
wanna
picking it
start?
up. The Jays are picking it up a bit. Um,
I'm gonna go with the
that's
Phillies.
that. Yeah, that's another
Phillies.
one for sure.
So the Phillies, I think the Phillies kind of from the point that you know they switched over with the coaching move and fired and went to Don. I think they've kind of been on that upswing. You know,
Yeah.
they're going to lose like any team at some point, obviously, but I think that they've definitely they're already doing that. The Blue Jays look like they're getting it together too.
Yeah.
I think like probably the other one that like isn't there that could and this is a tough one to say, but it's also a reality over the last decade. Do the Astros show back up?
No,
Mhm.
no. I don't see it. I do not see it because their lineup is fine. Their pitching, I don't know. Like it feels like they'll sell at the deadline. Like depending on where they are, it feels like they're gonna sell.
Now Diamondbacks though 9-1 out of their last 10. Can't count them out.
They're not gonna sell. Yeah, they're just always
They're
somewhat
always
in the sell.
consistent. They are a
Yeah, yeah,
playoff team year in, year out. It's
yeah,
just they play
They're a
bad
wild
ball.
card playoff team.
yeah.
Yeah, they just play bad ball usually in August when pressure kicks up and they lose
Exactly.
quite a few of those games that really kick the momentum.
Like
I
losing the
like
series to the
Soroka.
Giants last year at the end of
Mhm.
the year. That's what kept them out.
Well,
Mhm.
and so that's the other part of it, right? Is that being in the NL West, I think puts a
They
huge amount of pressure on these guys because they have the Dodgers, they have the Padres, and like the
Padres.
Giants can be good or bad, but like when the
Mhm.
Giants get hot, then like they're a pain in the butt, and that's a division game, so they always play them tough.
Mhm.
You know, it's a very it's a tough position to be, I think, for them for a lot of those guys.
We just won't mention Colorado.
No,
Oh,
they're not mentioned.
you know what? I forget about them legitimately because like
No, the Rockies in the West. You're like,
you know,
and the Dodgers with Dodgers, Padres, and the Giants alone. You forget about the Rockies even existing in that division.
dude, it's crazy, right? Like there's a guy. So and they are better than you know what Brandon just. So somebody just said they're better than last season.
Yeah.
That's not saying much.
Well, yeah, it's not saying much.
You know, and it's not. Arizona's good. Arizona's just like a low key good team. Like they know how
Yeah,
to
we're
manage
talking
it
about
all,
like 2 years separated from a World Series run for
right?
Arizona.
And like, but and that was on a wild card,
Yeah.
and right, and then they even traded pieces out and just got better off that. Like, you know,
They're just consistent. They're just consistent. That's what it
they're
is.
well managed as like
Yeah.
as an organization. Like from like, they're good.
Yeah.
Colorado's
Now,
now.
fine one. It's not really that they're not really at the top. They're in the mid, and the weirdest way because someone asked me the other day, and I messaged them about this. It's like they asked me how it felt like to be on a diamond again. In that sense, like because I played 30+ years, and I'm like. St. Louis is the kind of place right now. They have that vibe that, like, if you're sitting at first base and you just close your eyes and just take in the sounds, the feel, the vibe, St. Louis has the right momentum to be that team in the next 40 games that they could substantially take a 30-10 record in the next 40 games and be that team that you'd be like, oh my God, the Cardinals are competing this year.
Wow, that's
The
a bold.
Cardinals are not competing, but they're fun. They're fun. That's
It's
that's
that
that's
old,
the explanation for them. Yeah.
when I watch them, I'm like, I get that old school vibe where it's just, you can just relax and just watch the game. Have fun. Yeah, we were talking about the guys taking off the shirts and woo, like that stuff. You know, that's happening now. It's they're just having fun, and when you have fun in baseball, you just start winning.
Yeah.
Well, here's what's tricky about it. Right. So Milwaukee is in first, right, with 33 wins.
Mhm.
And the other four teams have 29 wins, 29 wins, 29 wins, and 30 wins. Like that's a tight pack. So separating second place and fifth place is one game at best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's so like it's one of those things where like they definitely could sneak in, you know, and they're good enough to beat the Brewers. What it's going to come down to, though, is like the Brewers are just a very consistent regular season baseball team. You know, so do they falter and like and lose first place? I doubt it.
Nah, Milwaukee wins this division.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, what if the Cubs get their shit together?
They're
Yeah.
3-10.
The Cubs will get their shit together, but they're not gonna win the division.
But they'll beat the Cardinals out if they do.
That's true.
You know, like if the Cubs get their shit together, the Cardinals might be in third or fourth place.
The thing is, can you be a third place team in that division and be a playoff team? That's the real question.
Give me one shot.
Nah, I don't think so. In my estimation, this season, the wild card teams, definitely the West, I think, is the number one spot for the wild card teams. But if Philly continues with the way that they're playing, Philly is definitely taking a wild card.
Yeah, Philly's getting a wild card. The Phillies have
They're not missing the playoffs. If they do, then then there's other problems there.
Doesn't feel like it the last few weeks. You know what?
no way the Phillies missed the playoffs. I don't see it. Too much talent on that team, and now Don Mattingly's got them just out there consistently winning. If the Phillies don't make the playoffs, that would be the biggest surprise for me in Major League this year.
Yeah.
It's fair. You know
I mean,
what?
even if they don't do much in the playoffs, they'll make it.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
The biggest surprise to me, and that would be probably the biggest one, if they missed the playoffs. Right now, the biggest surprise to me is probably, and this sounds silly, right? Like, we know the Mets are as awful as they are, but
Yeah.
the biggest surprise to me is actually how bad the Angels are.
Mm-hmm. Are you
the
really
Angels are
surprised with the
outrageous.
Angels
Are
now?
you really though? That's the thing.
Man, Angel's been bad for a long time now.
Exactly.
I does not surprise me at all.
And, but this is why I'm like so surprised. Like, I don't. How do you like? I'm just lost by this. Right? They have like
It's
this
their
generational
management's
talent.
picking too much. It's the Chicago White Sox of how we play baseball. Let's load our team full of veterans and very few rookies and figure it work together. If you look at their roster, it's the White Sox 101.
Yeah, they have some talent, but they just don't have enough.
They didn't pick the right guys. They just was like, oh, let's throw a dart at the free agent board. And, oh, Ozuna got picked up. You know, like Jesus. Like, is that how we're picking guys here?
Yeah,
Basically,
I mean,
like, right? They got Soler at DH, Zach Neto shortstop. It's an interesting little team.
they have talent. It's just not leading to wins.
It's not
Like,
a team.
not-
It's
yeah.
just like it's a compilation of talent, I guess.
And they really do not in the division.
No,
That
they're
they're
not
in,
even
do not
new
have a
rookies, too.
strong like they don't have a
Oh, you got
strong.
any new
rotation.
rookies. You got any new rookies.
Yeah, but their rotation's what's killing them. In that
Oh, it's
they're
horrible.
when you look at you got the Mariners, you got the Astros, you got the Rangers. Look at all of their starting five to what the Angels come up with, and they're playing majority of these teams.
I mean, the only rotation worse in that division is probably the A's. That's saying something.
Yeah, but even the A's are playing a little bit better than the Angels. So
Yeah.
it's like really, it's like they really gotta pick up this this slack or pick up somebody in the rotation to help that team.
The
Soriano,
A's
and that's
are
it.
being the A's. I don't want to say this like disrespectfully, right?
Mhm.
The A's offense is currently overperforming its trajectory for this season, or like where you would have thought it was going to be.
They're
You
streaky.
know,
That's the
so-
thing. The A's
so-
offense is very streaky.
But that's the reason why, like, how well they play when they play well is the reason why the team appears better than they are, because they don't have a good. It's not their rotation. It's not their bullpen.
Their pitching staff is horrible.
Yeah, it's when their bats are going, like they're all going. You know what I mean? And nothing wrong with that, but
No, not at all.
They're
That
exciting
just
to
that
watch
just
when they're
speaks
good.
wild card team at best. It doesn't speak a division winner.
And that's a very interesting thing, like for us to say that too. I find it's like we're like the Athletics are interesting. It's like when have you actually heard that since 1989 that the Athletics are interesting?
It's been a long time.
Outside of what 2003 when they had their 20-game win streak, like that's about it.
They're trending in the right direction though because their pitching should get better as they move to Vegas, especially now being in a minor league park. So
Yeah,
they keep
You
but
know,
those
is it the
backup.
excitement of going to Vegas and why this organization is moving in the right direction though?
I'll
I
send
think
you
it is.
guys a
I think it is.
video. I got video of the. It's not my video, but there's a video posted that I'll send you online of the construction. But they have the
I've seen that
whole.
too. Yeah, I've seen
You know,
that too.
okay, you saw it. Like the
Yeah.
whole frame of the place is built now, like the levels and everything.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
yeah,
Yep.
it's starting to cut. Like there's a shape. Like you can see where the stadium is now.
It's 28
Yeah.
that they're opening, right?
Yeah. No,
They're
29,
opening
isn't it?
29? 28.
It's. I thought it was 29, but
I would
Or
think it's
it's-
28.
I think it's 28, and the Athletics can come back into the league in 29 because Oakland is allowed to come back like at a certain time.
Okay.
It would be interesting if the league ended up having the Las Vegas A's and like the Oakland Athletics. Something like weird like that. If they came back in, as
Yeah,
like
there was supposed to be some naming rights with that because Oakland said something about like Oakland can have the name back and the colors back if they can get a team within 5 years or something like that, and they gave them till 2029 to reopen another organization. So it will be very interesting to see, do we get that where the A's move to Las Vegas and then Oakland goes, well, we want our team. So then does that have another problem where it's a naming right issue because of the transition?
also yellow and green is not going to fly in Las Vegas because all
Yeah.
the professional sports teams are black and silver or black and gold.
Gold, yes.
So
You guys are
yeah,
very
they're
very
going
traditional
to
with
fit
that.
in
So
with Las Vegas. They're going to have black in their uniform.
Mhm.
Like, that's like that's just kind of what like the. I don't know.
But would there be a confusion if we had the Las Vegas A's and then the Oakland Athletics? Would that be considered two different teams?
I don't think so because the
It's
A's is just a short
Yeah.
short version of athletics. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I don't think Oakland's going to get another team.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I think that it's just going to become the Las Vegas A's, and like if they want to be called the Athletics, whatever. I don't think that that's going to even become an issue, unfortunately, because it doesn't sound like Oakland is willing to invest in that.
I don't. Well, Oakland, every franchise it's ever had is gone now. So it's like,
So
it's like Oakland does not want a professional team anymore.
someone from Oakland is pissed that you just said that. Hopefully, they're not listening to this show.
Oh my god.
But there is an expansion in 29. Apparently, Manfred said in 29 there is going to be expansion. The one biggest one is actually the one biggest one is Nashville is looking to get a team, and Carolina is looking to get a team in 29.
I would like to see just because like those are big areas, like from like a regional standpoint with like the colleges, with like the local like travel level baseball, like those are big areas like Georgia, you know what I mean? Florida, the Carolinas, Tennessee, baseball is big down there.
Yes.
So like it would, like Nashville and like the Carolinas getting like professional baseball would be dope. I would like that a lot. So listen, I just realized what time it was.
Yeah.
Don't want to keep everybody here all night, even though this conversation is starting to get a little juicy. But it is that time that we call an evening here on Vinny's Corner. Before we do, real quick, tomorrow night. First, I know Cove. What do you got going on? Showtime. You're gonna be on with Cove tomorrow.
Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see.
Mhm.
Because
We'll
maybe not.
We'll see. I'm on vacation.
Cove,
so-
so Cove's got his show going on, right? Which is baseball focused tomorrow night. That'll be posted. on Co's X, my X, if you follow as well. And then Andrew's show, right? So if you follow Andrew, I'll also have it posted on mine. But Andrew, what is your handle on X?
It's at USC fan 981.
At USC fan 1981 or 981?
981.
981 at USC fan 981. So you can follow Andrew there, and Andrew is going to have a show going on around the same time tomorrow night, 8:39, give or take. And I will be a guest on Andrew's show tomorrow. So I will see you guys there for tomorrow. And I think that is everything that we got going on today, tomorrow. And guys, thank you for joining us on Vinny's Corner. I appreciate y'all.